Very good morning to everyone, and my heartfelt thanks to all of you making so much effort to come and learn something. So at the end of the day, we hope to learn from each other. So I'm sure if you have anything good to share with us, you are always welcome to contact us. So I can tell you one thing, whatever we teach, most of the things I learn from my students only, right? I started with a small beginning only, and the more I teach to the people, meet so many different people, and we get to learn something from people. And there were some big changes in my life also. Once upon a time, I was very aggressive against technical analysis. And later, through some of my students, I learned some technical. Now I'm following technical, right? So these are the changes in my life made by my own students. So don't think that here, we are teachers and you are students, okay? Here, everyone is a student and everyone is a teacher, right? So now let me take a privilege to introduce our speakers. So may I welcome Mr. Srikanth on the stage, please. So no doubt, Srikanth is a star speaker. And just for, it's not the fun, it's the real truth. Nowadays, most of the calls come to our office. They say, we want to talk to sir. Then my office says, Sundar sir is busy. No, we don't want to talk to Sundar sir. We want to talk to Srikanth sir, right? And why? Because I concentrate more on Indian markets and Srikanth concentrates more on US markets. So we used to discuss about 10, 12 years before, when I started, I can tell you, there was hardly any option seller in India. Literally, there were no option sellers. It is only the institutions who do option selling. In fact, in the beginning, when I met one new friend, and he asked me, what are you doing? I said, I'm an option seller. He asked me, sir, can we sell option? I said, what stupid question you're asking? You are buying an option, right? When you buy an option, somebody has to sell, right? Without somebody selling, how can you buy? And I can tell you, as per our internal assessment, the America is actually just like India 10, 15 years before. Nobody do selling of option in US. It's everybody only buy the option and only the institutions control the selling market. So whatever the change we have made in India, in another 10 to 15 years, we are planning to make that change in America. So this is the beginning. And as an option seller, you all know, volatility index plays a major role in option premium and other things. Right now, India volatility index is very, very low. US volatility index is very, very high. So no wonder Srikanth is outperforming me because he's trading in US markets, right? So by the way, just to give a small introduction about Srikanth, okay, he's a multi-talented person, okay? Number one, he's working in a Japanese company called Jayco, which is a multilateral agency or something like that. Like, in Cochin, you've got the metro. So all these metros are funded by Japan. So he's a project director in the company. And second, he's one of the best farmers in India, right? And he do farming in Hyderabad. And he gets 3 to 4 times more yield than an average Indian farmer gets. So, and how come Srikanth has become very close to me? Let me tell you the secret now. So I wish to buy a private jet, and he's a pilot. So he's a professional private pilot license holder, right? So he's a pilot, right? And then, I don't know how many of you, but I know at least 60 to 70% of the people who are doing options now, they came to market after coronavirus, right? So he's also one of the coronavirus trader only. So he started after the coronavirus, and now he's one of the leading option seller, not only in India, in US also. So that's about Srikanth. So shall we give him a round of applause? Yeah, so later he will be sharing one of the darlings of our strategies, ratio spreads, right? Okay, so that's about Srikanth. And the next one, so our next speaker is a very young guy. So his name is Sharath. Sharath, please. Sharath is a computer engineer, and he was working in some companies in India, then went to Australia. So he set up his own company in Australia. And then after some time, for one or the other reason, so he decided to shift his base to India. I would say, if Srikanth is a high risk taker, and Sharath is a very, very low risk taker, he doesn't take risk at all. And Sharath is more inclined to investment than trading. So he's basically a good investor, not a good trader. But after coming to me, so he learned to mix investment with the trading. So people always ask me one question, sir, which is best, investment or trading? So I always say, it's neither investment nor trading. If you know how to mix both. Okay, later I will be sharing one strategy where it is purely investment. That investment happens through trading. So Sharath has learned the art of making money through investment combined with some kind of a trading. So what popularly people call it as a cowboy call. So he will be sharing that strategy, and he's a slow and consistent winner, right? So I would say Srikanth and Sharath, they both are my left and right hand. So without two of them, so Sundar is zero actually, right? So shall we give him a round of applause to Sharath? So our next speaker is Mr. Mayank. Mr. Mayank. So now you know who is the heavyweight trader in our group, eh? Right? Okay. So Mayank, no, is a very young guy. I think he's only 28 years old, right? So though in this group, myself and Srikanth, we are both are older people, we like to encourage youngsters, right? So it's good that, you know, nowadays the younger generation taking interest in trading. So Mayank, I don't have much interaction with him. He has been my friend for the last few months only. But the way I interacted with him, so he has some good strategies to share with us. So that's why I invited him as a speaker for this conference, right? So I don't know much about him, but I know he's a full-time trader from Maharashtra, right? Shall we give him a round of applause? The last, not the least, is my own son, Ashwin Sundar. So now you know who will be standing tall in our group, right? 6.4 height, right? So my son, Ashwin, initially he was not much interested in trading, but later, you know, we started promoting Delta Exchange. So he's looking after my YouTube channel. So because of that, you know, Delta Exchange is our sponsor for our YouTube and for our conferences also. So just to show to the people as a promotional video, so he started taking some trades in Delta Exchange and in crypto, and then he got more interested. And people tell me, sir, how come your son is not trading in stock market? So I used to tell them the truth. The reality is that, you know, morning 6:30 I wake up, morning 9:30 my wife wakes up, right? Afternoon 12:30 my son wakes up, right? So how to trade in Indian stock market? So that's why this guy trades only in cryptos, right? People say it is true. You know, cryptos have certain risk. There are few exchanges have gone bankrupt, so the risk is very high, right? And how about the movie industry? It's also very high risk, right? People spend a lot of money, the movie flops. But does it mean that everybody closed down the business of making movies? No, still everybody takes movie. Because where there is a high risk, there is a high reward. Where there is a crisis, there is opportunity. So cryptos, definitely I can tell you, there's a hell lot of opportunities. But however, the risk is also there. I'm not saying that there is no risk. So that's why we always suggest, you know, 5 to 10% of your portfolio you can trade in cryptos. Even if you lose the entire capital also, don't worry. But you will get good money, right? Okay, so there are few more speakers who are on the way, so they are not here. So some of them coming tonight, some of them coming tomorrow. As and when they come, we will introduce. So shall we ask all our speakers to light up the lamp? Mayank, Sharath, go. Yeah. उसका लैपटॉप आ जाएगा वो आने दो आपको
There is no charging this laptop. So no charging, no charge. Okay. You throw my laptop. Charge it. Charge put. Power.
Yeah. So with this formal lighting up the ceremony, so we will begin our session.